Webinar tonight. Very excited to be with you. My name is Eric Johnson, creator of Teamzy. And tonight we're going to have some fun. So I'm going to take you guys through Teamzy. I'll show you how to set it up. It's very easy, okay? You may have done that. You may learn a few tips and tricks watching me do it. And then I'm going to take you through the best workflows to crush a power hour, how to use this system incredibly efficiently to get you out of the pattern of overthinking, and to allow you to really legitimately get all your income producing activities done less than an hour a day. Okay, so we'll do that. I'll take you through that process. It is going to feel like you're sipping water from a fire hose. I am going to teach you a lot, and I'm going to move quickly. We are recording those, so you can always we'll get you that recording if you need to look at it again. At the end, we'll do Q&A. So if you have questions that come up, you go ahead and load them into the Q&A, and at the end, I'll answer them. Sound good? All right, let's jump in. So tonight we're going to talk about how to get started right with Teamzy and become a hashtag Power Hour boss. All right, so just a little bit about my backstory for those of you who don't know me. As I mentioned, I'm the creator and founder of Teamzy. I actually come from a background of business coaching. I've been a professional business coach and consultant for 16 years now. Gosh, long time. And what I've done is just help people build their business. That's what I do for a living. I find my passion in that. And I fell into network marketing myself kind of by accident. I was working kind of in a corporate gig and feeling a little bit stagnant and stuck in place. And I needed an outlet for my creativity. I found some products that really changed my life, and I was excited to share them. So I started kind of as a little side hustle. And I know some of you probably have a network marketing business that's your side hustle. Maybe you have a full-time career as I did. And as I started looking at the business opportunity, I realized that it was an amazing one, first off. And so I started thinking, how would I coach myself to do this if I hired myself to build this business? Well, I knew exactly how I needed to be in touch and how I needed to work my relationships in order to build a business. The problem was I went looking for the tools that I thought must surely exist for professionals in this business, and I couldn't find anything, at least nothing of quality. So what I was looking for, just to kind of give you an idea, I needed a system that I could follow that would allow me to do all my work in an hour a day, because that's all I had, right? I've got 4 kids. I had a career. I only had an hour a day, and I know a lot of you guys can relate to that. But in that hour, I needed a way to stay in touch with all my contacts, everybody. And one of the things that you'll hear me teach over and over is that you should be in regular contact with every single human being you know, which is a daunting feat if you don't have a system. Also, I wanted to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, I don't want to have to think or plan, just do. I just want something I can turn on, and it just literally puts it in front of me and tells me what to do. Also, I needed to know what to say. Now, if you're anything like me, you get stuck trying to think of the perfect thing to say. Sometimes you get so stuck, they call it analysis paralysis, that you don't actually say anything, right? You run out of time. You have a power hour and you message 2 people because you spent so much time trying to think of what to message. So I needed to figure out, how can I say something and get it done quickly and efficiently that would start a great conversation with somebody? And then I needed a system that would help me follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Tall order, right? One more thing. There was one more thing that was essential, and that was it needed to be easy to use. I'm actually really not good with technology. So funny, just 10 minutes ago, I was getting ready for this call, and I couldn't get Teamzy to work. And I freaked out thinking Teamzy was broken. Right? This is how tech averse I am. So I messaged my engineers, and they were like, did you clear your internet cache? It's probably a full internet cache. So I did that, and it worked great. So isn't that funny? Here I am, I'm supposed to be the tech guy. 10 minutes ago, I thought the internet was broken, and it was just because I haven't cleared my Google Chrome cache in 5 years. So if you're tech challenged like me, don't worry. You are home, you have found family, and we will make this easy for you, okay? So obviously I didn't find it. There was nothing out there like it. So we built it. This is Teamzy. I'm going to show it to you in a second. The last piece that I didn't mention that was essential also is that it had to be based on building relationships. You know, if you know anything about me, maybe you're just discovering us for the first time. We're all about relationships. We are the opposite of that go for no, cold invite kind of way a lot of people do the business. We're about being integrous, honest, helping people, and focusing on building relationships. So we needed a system that had that focus. So that's what Teamzy is. Just in a little more than 2 years since we've opened the doors with Teamzy, we've had more than 70,000 network marketers use it. Unbelievably humbling, and I'm grateful for all of them and for all of you. Also, our active users right now are averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Okay, 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days, which isn't bad. And I'm going to show you tonight, I'm going to demonstrate exactly the level of activity I'm talking about when I say an active user. Okay, let's jump over to Teamzy now. Enough background. Let's get in here and rock it. Yes, I'm waiting for you, Zoom. Catch up with me. There we go. All right, so here's my Teamzy dashboard. All right. So for those of you who are brand new, maybe you're not using Teamzy yet. First, you need to know you can get a free trial at teamzy.com. Okay, it's free. Go to teamzy.com, get a free trial. It's 30 days for free, full access. And we don't charge a thing. We don't ask for your credit card, nothing weird. We just want you to use it and love it. Okay, so if you have not already done a free trial, go to teamzy.com and get your free trial. Now, once you've logged into your free trial, and we support over 60 different custom versions of Teamzy now for different networks. Okay, as we start collecting people from a network, then we'll customize it for them. So I just want you to know, you go in when you get your free trial, look for your network. Okay, and if you don't have a network version there, it's not there yet, then choose Teamzy Standard. Teamzy Standard is our generic version, which is actually what you're looking at here on my screen. That's what I'm demonstrating tonight. It works really for any network. And I'll be showing you from my Teamzy Standard. So you may see a few things here and there that look slightly different than what you're used to, and that's why. Okay, so once you get your free trial started, Teamzy will take you automatically into the setup wizard to set up Teamzy. Okay, this is designed for people like me who struggle with technology to lead you literally by the hand through setup. All right, so I haven't dismissed it, but you can get it back by going to settings right here. So let's go through the setup wizard quickly, and then we'll crush our power hour together. So there's a little welcome video from me. You can get Facebook updates from Messenger, okay? And that will just, during your free trial, it'll just remind you constantly that you need to be going in there and using it. Okay, giving you tips on how to use it, things like that. So what we're gonna do in setup is 3 things. We're gonna set your income goal, okay? Now what's cool about this is once you set an income goal, Teamzy backward engineers that and tells you what to do daily to hit it. Pretty awesome. Then we're gonna help you create a powerful why, which is crucial. I'll explain that in a minute. And then we'll help you get all your contacts in, all in one list, one place, super mega organized. No more searching around for slips of paper, planners you haven't updated, spreadsheets you never look at, right? Sticky notes, none of that stuff. It's all gonna be in one place. And because it's in Teamzy, whenever you have your phone, you have your list, which is always, if you're like most people, your phone is never more than arm's reach away. Okay. So let's get started. Set your income goal. This is the income level you want to be at 12 months from now. It's an annual goal. I put in $150,000. Okay. So what's your number? Just put it in the box, click continue. Okay. Now Teamzy's crunched the numbers and it's telling me that in order to get to $150,000 in the next 12 months, I need to connect with 4,348 people. Okay. That's a lot, right? 4,348 people. Let's go to the next page. It breaks it down for us. The breakdown page now takes that big number and it breaks it first into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and distributors on my team. And then it breaks it down monthly, weekly, and daily to a number that I can actually do pretty easily, actually. It's telling me that I need to reach out and connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team each day. That's 19 people. I'm going to show you that that's less than 30 minutes of work in Teamzy today. Okay. And when I say connect with prospects, customers, and distributors, I just mean reaching out to make their day. Just reaching out to say hello. I call it the make someone's day mindset. The goal is just to make their day and say hello. That's it. I don't have an ulterior motive. Now, what's cool about this is when they respond and we have a conversation, now I have a conversation, which gives me opportunities, right? But instead of shutting down my friendships and shutting down my conversations with a cold invite, I start by just making their day. Okay. The next goal here is daily invites. This is when I'm actually going to invite somebody to the business. I'm going to tell them about the business opportunity, invite them to try the products. I do this when it's appropriate. In other words, out of the 19 conversations I'm starting on a daily basis here, I'm going to hope that 3 of them will lead to enough interest that it will be appropriate for me to invite them to learn about the business or about our products. Okay? But my goal is 3 invites a day. Make sense? And then ads, this is just new people I'm adding to my Teamzy. Every day I'm meeting people on social media, meeting people in person, thinking of people that I already know that I haven't put on my list yet, putting them in there. Okay? So these numbers can all be changed. This is the suggestion based on my income goal. But let's say you've got no distributors yet, you're brand new. You can make that a 0 and just add that 4 over to your prospects number, okay? Make sense? Same thing with your customers. If you're brand new and you've got no customers and no distributors, then focus on prospects. Okay? All right, let's put these back. I'm going to change that first one to 10 though, because I like it to be an even 20. I'm just a little bit like that, if you know what I mean. Okay. So when I click continue, whatever you have in these boxes, when you click continue, Teamzy configures the dashboard to your specific goals, and we'll look at that in a minute. Okay. Next step is finding your why. Finding your why. And I know that many of you have heard from leaders on your team how important finding your why is to being successful in this business. I would say it's one of the most important things you can do. Here's what you guys need to understand about this. The people in this industry, 1 out of 2 people will quit the business their first year. 1 out of 2, that's so many. Some of you may even be thinking about it. And here's why people quit. It's not because the opportunity is not amazing. It's not because, the people who are successful are smarter than they are. It's just because they don't have a reason not to. See, the truth is that we will all quit anything that doesn't really seem that important to us, right? And I'll explain here in a second. I joined the business to make a little bit of extra money. That's not a strong enough reason to persist. Extra is something you can take or leave. That's why you have to go through this process of finding your why, so that you understand your reason for being successful, okay? And until you do that, the chances of you quitting are about 100%, okay? In fact, leaders, if new people on your team won't go through the process of figuring out their why, you should just expect them to quit, okay? Okay, so let me take you through this process. The truth is a lot of people think this is some mystical process. You've got to go to a sweat lodge in Sedona to find your inner child or something like that. You don't. It's quite simple. The truth is you already know your why. It's here in your heart. We just need to pull it up to your head, okay? Your head is in control. People say things like follow your heart, but it's impossible to follow your heart because your brain leads you where it wants to. You have to program your mind. Okay, you use your heart to program your mind. That's the process I'm going to take you through right now. So what we do in Teamzy is we put this right in the setup wizard because we know it's crucial for your success. And then when you create your why statement, which we'll do in a minute, it will save to the dashboard of Teamzy. You'll see it every day. You read it to yourself every day as you go to work. Okay, so there's 5 questions in this Teamzy setup wizard that you answer. And this is just a free thinking exercise, okay? Nobody's going to read it except for you. You're just going to answer these questions to get your mind in the right place to kind of figure out your why. So I'll take you through the process really quick. Find Teamzy again really fast. Here we go. First question, why did you become a distributor? Why'd you join the business? Okay, and I'm going to share my story just as an example. I joined the business because I lost 60 pounds. People were asking me, dude, what did you do? You look great. What did you do? And I would tell them. This went on for about 6 months before my wife said, dummy, go be a distributor and get paid for all those people you're sending for free over to that company. So I did. It seemed like a good idea. Next question, what do you hope to accomplish? I asked my sponsor at the time, who was an old friend of mine, I said, hey, do you think if I joined the business, I could make $500 a month extra, just kind of doing this a little bit part-time? He said, yeah, absolutely. I think you could do that. I said, perfect, sign me up. So what did I hope to accomplish? I just wanted to make $500 a month extra money. Next question, why is that important to you? See, most people don't get down to this question. Why is that important to you? Now, in my case, the truth is the $500 a month, I didn't have in mind something I wanted to spend it on. I just wanted to save it. I just wanted to put it in the bank. And some of you can relate to that kind of need to put savings in the bank. But just to give you a little background on why this was such a big deal to me, my business, as I mentioned at the beginning of our call, was coaching, helping people build their business. And I worked specifically with real estate people, which was a good choice because it was constantly growing until it didn't. Do you guys remember the Great Recession of 2008? Going into 2009 and 2010? Yeah. So that business disappeared literally overnight. Disappeared. I was laid off along with half the people I knew. And it was scary, right? Some of you persisted through that too. And, by God's good grace, we made it through that recession, but like barely by our fingernails. So during that time, we used our savings. We stopped saving. We started living paycheck to paycheck. When you've got 5 people relying on you for their life, paycheck to paycheck becomes terrifying. Putting money in the bank became something that I just needed to do from a stability standpoint, from a feel-good standpoint, from a hedge against fear standpoint. I needed to put some money in the bank, and I hadn't done it. At this point, I hadn't saved any money for about 6 years. Isn't that crazy? And so I just needed to get some money in the bank. So when somebody says to you, I'd like to make a few $100s a month, ask them why. Because there's probably a reason. In my case, I just needed that extra money was going to make me feel better about everything. Next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? What would achieving this mean for you and your family? For me, I dreamt of buying a new home. We were in a beautiful home that was really small for us. We'd outgrown it. And because of the recession, we were upside down on our mortgage. There was just no way we could move. And there was no way we could foresee buying something else in the near future because we weren't able to save any money. So I thought, wow, if I could put $500 a month extra money, maybe even more, in the bank every month, over time, we would have enough to get a down payment and maybe get a new home. So that was very exciting to me. Then I get to this next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And honestly, this kind of question, look, if you're anything like me, like I struggle with these kinds of questions. This is where you talk about wanting to quit. This is where I would want to quit the process because it's uncomfortable. But that's where growth comes from, is those uncomfortable moments. And as I really thought about this question, it forced me to look at things that I never thought about. I just kind of denied them. And here's what I realized. It wasn't that buying a home was the goal. It was that the home represented family. And it wasn't necessarily that I needed a new house, but that I needed a new life with my family. See, I wasn't around for them. I was providing, but I wasn't here for them. I'd get up in the morning, my kids would be in their pajamas still. I'd kiss them goodbye and go to work. And I was really good at my job, proud of my job. And then I would come home and my kids were already in pajamas again, getting ready for bed. I realized going through this process that I was going to completely miss their childhood, much less my marriage. 30, 40 minutes a night with my wife before I was exhausted and had to go to bed was not going to build a healthy, long-lasting marriage. And so I realized that something was going to have to be different. Meanwhile, at my career, I was at the top of my career. There was nowhere to grow. I had nowhere left to grow in my career, which meant I felt stuck. Make sense? And so going through this process, understanding what was really important, what was really stirring deep in my heart that I hadn't given my brain a second to think about because I was just trying to survive and provide, I realized that this little side business that I was looking at as my extra was the thing that could get me everything that I wanted in life. Meanwhile, my career, which I was so proud of and had such status and clout in the pretty office and whatnot, wasn't getting me any farther than I currently was. So I had to make a decision. Do I want to stay where I am, or do I want the life I've always dreamt of? And that is when I made the switch in my mind and I stopped thinking of my network marketing business as my side hustle, my extra money, and started thinking of it as my business. And I started thinking of my job as extra money. See, a lot of people don't have a 6-figure career and think of it as extra money, but I did, because I thought, wow, those guys are going to pay me this to build my business. What an amazing blessing that is. Some of you guys need to make that switch too. And going through this process, I wrote my first why statement. Can you believe this is just over 3 years ago that I wrote this down? Here it is. I'm going to read it to you. My why: to create a life where I'd never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. I wrote this why just over 3 years ago, and it got me. It made me realize what I was in for. That it wasn't extra money that I needed, that everything that I cared about was on the line. Now, what's amazing is I'm going to show you in a second how to crush a power hour in 30 minutes. And if you could achieve everything that you need to achieve for your heart's desires in 30 minutes a day, and you understand exactly what you're working for, how hard is it going to be to blow off that 30 minutes of activity? It's almost impossible to do. Your why will convict you and say, Eric, it's 30 minutes. Do you want to invest this 30 minutes just getting it done? Or do you want to just blow it off and stay stuck where you're at? See, once you have a why, every decision, every activity you do or don't do, you're deciding between your future or your present. It's powerful. Even more powerful when you share your why with a success partner and ask them to hold you accountable to it. Now, whatever you write in this last box, when you click continue, it will save to your dashboard. I just want you guys to understand a couple things real quick. When I wrote this why, I knew what I needed to do. Within 3 months, I left my job to focus on my business because I knew that if I put the focus on it, I could grow it even faster. Now, I mentioned we had a small house. I didn't have anywhere to work. There wasn't even a kitchen table for me to work on that wasn't covered in art for my kids and things like that. So what I did, some of you guys know the story. I went to Home Depot and I bought a shed. You know the shed that you would, some of you probably have it, full of lawn mowers and things like that, snow blowers, wherever you are, equipment. A no-frill shed. I'm talking bare wood, nails coming out, that sort of thing. I went and got one of those and threw it in my backyard on the dirt. And I ran an extension cord out there. I drilled a hole in the wall, ran that cord through, plugged my computer in, and started working. My kids called it the shoffice. I even have a picture of it. Let me share it with you guys really quick. The shed quarters was another name for it. Here I am with one of my business partners, Mike Lopez, in my shed office. 3 years ago, I just found a video on Facebook 3 years ago in this introducing my shed quarters to the world. And here I am in my new home, in my dream home, right? My office now is probably the size of 11 of those sheds. And it's just because getting that why down, that is what's important. It's still the most important thing in my day, is understanding why I'm working, why what I do today matters. Why is what you do or do not do tomorrow matter? Don't skip the my why. I know it seems like extra work, but it is so important to get this part down. Okay, that's why I took a few minutes to go over it with you guys. Okay, great. Let's get back to Teamzy. The last thing you're going to do in setup is you're going to get all your lists in. Okay, there's a few videos here to help you. If you've already been building a business and you have a team, you're going to go in first to your back office and get your team imported. Okay, you're going to import your team first. Then you're going to import your customers, then your Facebook friends. Those are the 3 most important groups to get in. Your team, your customers, your Facebook friends, okay? After that, if you have contacts in any other spot, you can get them in. There's a few videos here that show you how to do it. You can also go to our, I'm going to exit this wizard. You can also go to our help center and you'll find more comprehensive help on different ways to import from everything from LinkedIn to from your phone to whatever. Okay, all the FAQs, it's all there. We also have this little help thing on the bottom right always that you can just click and send us, just send us an SOS. Hey, I need help with this. Okay, wherever you are, you just boom, you send us a message. My team will get back to you. They're amazing. If you are tech averse like me and you struggle with technology stuff, I don't want you to sweat it. It's just like not wanting to move into your new home. Hire the movers to do it. That's us. It will help you. We'll help you, but then you get to live in your dream home, which is Teamzy after, okay? The last bit for setting up is we're gonna prioritize our relationships. Okay, this is an important piece. I don't want you to skip this either. I'm gonna go over to the team page, see right here in the left nav. That's navigation, nav. Team page. Team page is where your CRM or your contact relationship manager lives inside Teamzy. This is your whole list. Look, everybody's here. And it breaks it up between your prospects. You can toggle between prospects, customers, and distributors, or everybody, okay? But what we're gonna do on this page is we are going to rank our relationships. You need to understand that until you prioritize relationships, you cannot prioritize time, okay? For this system to work, you need to spend more time with your best people and your hottest prospects because 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships, okay? You should spend more time with the best people. We have a very simple system. It's a 5-star rating system, okay? And the way you do it is, it's automatic actually after an import, but to turn it on manually, you just click on this little menu here and click rank mode. And now what I can do is I can scan down my list and I can just rank somebody by clicking on them, okay? 5 stars is awesome, 1 star, not good. You guys get that concept, right? The stars determine how often I connect with these people. Once I do this process once, I never have to plan my power hour ever. No planning. Literally, you turn on Teamzy, you just log in, start working. You can do it from your phone, your computer, whatever, your iPad, whatever you've got in your hand, and you can start. The second you've logged on, you can start. You don't have to think, okay? This does it for you. Let me explain what these stars mean really quick, and we'll move on. A 5-star person is somebody most likely to become a customer or distributor, or they're already on your team and they're a rock star. 5-star people are your favorite people. Hopefully your mom is a 5-star, okay? You're going to connect with 5-star people every 30 days. They're going to come up on your list you're going to be constantly in contact with your best people every 30 days, okay? And you're just going to reach out, make their day, and can stay in contact with them. 4-star is somebody that's likely to become a customer or a distributor on your team with a little bit of nurturing. Okay, they're also your friends and your pretty good relationships. 4-star people are going to show up on your list every 60 days. So every 60 days, you're going to get a reminder to connect with that person. They're going to think you're the most consistent and amazing friend they have. 3-star people could go either way. Most of your list will be 3-star people. And when you bring them into Teamzy, they'll default automatically to a 3-star. The 3-star could go either way. They show up every 90 days. Okay, they show up every 90 days. You'll still be talking to them 4 times a year. And then 2-stars are getting colder. They're every 120 days. Okay? 1-stars, really cold. They're in your list, but they don't even come up on your dashboard. Okay. Make sense? So you do this once and you never have to do it again. You can change people's ranks at any time while you're on their records. You can change them. You can change them on the dashboard, but you just do that first cut. And don't worry about it being perfect. Just from your gut. The worst, some of you guys are going, oh my gosh, I have 5,000 people on my Facebook list. How am I going to do this? If it was me, I would get an adult beverage. I'd put on some Frank Sinatra and I would get it done in one sitting. But if that's overwhelming to you, what I want you to at the very least do is go down your list and cherry pick the 5s and 4s. Okay? Just find the 5s and 4s from your list so that you get some priority to some of those better relationships. Now we're set up and we are ready to rock and roll and do a power hour. You guys ready? I'm going to show you the workflows. It's pretty cool. So here we go. Pretend I'm turning on my computer. Great. And I'm going into Teamzy. Boom. There's my Teamzy dashboard. I'm ready to work. I've got my goals, which in my case were 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors. Okay, great. First thing I'm going to do is go down here to the Power Hour module. See this right in the middle? The Power Hour module. This is the thing that makes Teamzy so special and amazing. Okay? On the left side are my lists, my prospects, my customers, my distributors, and my follow-ups. These lists only show me 5 names at a time on purpose. That keeps me focused, keeps me from skipping around, and from getting overwhelmed. Okay? The right-hand side is where I log my activity as I go. So look, the first person on my list is Jay. She's my first prospect. I'm going to start with my prospects. I'm going to connect with her. Remember, my goal is to make her day. Now, this is where you might get stuck trying to figure out what to say. I want you to understand, everybody, if you don't know this already, I've put my scripts library into Teamzy. There's 100 scripts in here that I've used thousands of times. Now there's 70,000 people have used them, and they work amazing. Okay? So don't overthink. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Just click on scripts and grab one. I'm going to message Jay on Facebook, so I'm going to grab a Facebook script. Let's just grab connect number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Simple. So simple. It works so great. I'm going to copy that script. Now what I'll do is I'm going to paste it in Teamzy so that I can edit it before I send it in Facebook. I want to get the name right. Okay, and I need an emoticon for sure. Okay, now I've got it just the way I want it. Now what I'll do is I'm going to copy that and paste it into Facebook. You actually have to send messages in Facebook, text, whatever, from whatever those apps are, but it only takes a second. Just look up Jay. There she is. Send her this message. Okay, everything looks good. Send. Done. Now I've sent Jay a message. Now let me finish logging it in Teamzy. That was a Facebook message. And hit the big blue log connect button. Now that message is logged. You can see I've got 1 done, 9 left. Pretty cool, right? So now Rocky's up next. I have already got that message on my clipboard. I'm just going to paste it in there to save myself some time, change the name. Okay, boom. Why rethink this? Just send it, okay? And again, I'll send it on Facebook. Though I want you to notice there's lots of ways you can communicate with people and log in Teamzy, right? And then there's an other if you come up with something that we don't have on our list, okay? So look, I'm going to log that one. And again, I do the same thing. I'd copy this, toggle over to Facebook and send it to Rocky, okay? And then log it here with the big blue log. And I would just keep going down my list until I got my goal for the day, which is 10. Now, something will happen. Some people will instantly respond, and you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I need to go over there and have the conversation. My pro tip to you is stay disciplined and finish all your outgoing messages of your power hour first before you come back and have conversations. Otherwise, you might get completely sidetracked, okay? So just keep sending messages, ignore the incoming messages until you're done with your power hour. We're going to keep going down our list. My goal was 10. I'm going to send that message 10 times as I go down my list, okay? Change the name, send. When I get my prospects done, this little circle will turn all the way blue, and then I'll go to my next list, which is customers. Okay? First person on my list is Ade. I'm going to send Ade a message. Same thing. I'll go to scripts, Facebook. I'm going to grab a message. Maybe it's this one. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Real quick, guys, throw in the chat what company you're with. Throw in the chat what company you're with really quick. Let's see, do I have chat here? Participants. Here we go, more chat. Who first? Juice Plus, great. All right, great. So look, I'm just gonna go ahead. First two people were Juice Plus, so they win. They win the chicken dinner. Ade, how are you? Enjoying your tower garden. Okay. So whatever your product is, whatever they're getting, just customize it. It takes a second. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Same thing. Boom. Copy that. Send it in Facebook to him, and then log it. Okay. Next customer. Maybe the next one I'm going to grab a different one. Maybe I'll grab this one, which is just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Oh my gosh, this one's magical. You should send this. Your 10 favorite customers, send them that message tomorrow or even tonight, depending on your time zone. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. See what kind of response you get. That's Andriette. Looks ready to go. I'll copy that, send it in Facebook, and log it, okay? I'm not actually sending these for speed. So you can see now when I go down my customer list until my goal for the day is met, and then I'll go over to my distributor list. Now, really quick, before I move over to distributors, I just want to talk to you guys really quick about this. This is really important. Connecting with customers is as important as prospecting. Okay? And we're all caught up in prospecting. Why? Listen, so many trainers tell you prospect, prospect, prospect. And I am too. I'm telling you to do it every day. But I'm also telling you connecting with your customers is as, if not more important than prospecting. See, if your whole business is based only on prospecting, then you'll have to be doing that forever. If your business is based on relationships and providing service, it starts to grow on its own accord, okay? And if you're in regular contact with your customers, there's three benefits. The first is you're providing excellent service, which really is your duty as a business owner, and it's something that will make you feel very fulfilled. Number two, if you are in regular contact with customers, this is a statistical fact. They will order more product and they will retain longer on recurring orders. Okay, they will order more product and retain longer on current orders. I have seen teams come into a 30-day free challenge with Teamzy and watch the team volume go up 30% just because they're in touch suddenly with their customers. The third reason is, how many of you would like new customers? Seriously, push the little raise hand button if you would like some new amazing customers in your business. Okay, the best place to find a new customer is from a current customer. You guys know this intuitively, but I'm just going to reiterate it for you. The best place to find a new customer is from a current customer. A current customer is already excited about what you're doing. They already are getting great results. And what do people do when they love something? They tell others about it. Did you know that 82% of Americans look to a referral from a friend or relative before making a purchasing decision? And you've got customers talking to their friends and family right now about how amazing these products are. Those people are ready to buy. You just need to be in touch with them. They're going to get it from someone else if you are not in consistent contact with your customers and getting introduced to their friends who are hearing about it. Make sense? So connecting with customers is just as important. So use Teamzy, get in contact with them. You don't need a complicated plan to stay in touch with your customers. I want you guys to know this. So many people come to me and go, okay, Eric, well, I want to connect with my customers 30 days after their initial order, and then 14 days after that, and then 6 days after that. Honestly, you don't need, that's overthinking and making your life difficult. Just get in Teamzy, figure out how valuable they are to you, 5, 4, 3 stars, rank them, and just when they come up, say hello and stay in contact. You'll always be there when they need you, okay? All right, the last bit is connecting with your distributors, okay? That's the last list. We're going to connect with our distributors. Also, just as important as connecting with prospects. Why? This is called Teamzy for a reason. It's about building your team. If you see our tagline on our website, it's build your team, build your business. It's grow your team, grow your business, grow your life. That's our tagline. Grow your team, grow your business, grow your life. Grow is a full word, right? It's not just income, it's heart, it's personal growth, it's integrity, it's everything. Service. Staying in touch with your distributors will build your business like nothing else. People work for relationship. People work for relationship. We've been raised, especially in the States. I know probably most of you are from the States, but I know we'll have some Canadians and a few scattered other folks on this call. We've been taught that we're self-interested people and that we're in it for our own gain, which is really not true. People are designed to feel fulfilled when they help others, which is why hopefully I've attracted those people to this call. And building a team, feeling connected to others, that's what people really want more than anything. Now, you're going to help them make money, which is that's a side benefit. Doing what you love and the money follows, right? Okay. Stay in touch with your distributors. It makes all the difference, and it'll be easy to do. With Teamzy, you can stay in touch even if you have a huge team. You just click whatever your goal is. My goal was 4. Next 4 people, I'm just going to send them a nice message today. Listen, even when your team is on Teamzy and they know you're messaging them because they came up on Teamzy, they'll still love it. They'll still love it. I've even sent messages to people that said, you're on the top of my Teamzy list today. And we still have a great conversation. Okay? Great. Last list are follow-ups. So when you're done with your distributors, now you move to your follow-ups list. Notice I've got no follow-up scheduled. Follow-ups are not automatic. See, these are connects. This is who's up next to connect with. This people will always cycle through. So just one thing on this real quick. We messaged, in this example, we'll message 20 people. Typically, if you're really well connected, maybe out of the 20 people, 10 will respond. Okay? With the 10 that respond, have a conversation. With the 10 that don't respond, don't give them a second thought. Why? Because they're in my Teamzy flow. They're going to come back 30, 60, 90 days from now. They're just going to come back automatically. I don't have to give them a second thought. If they don't respond, don't give them a second thought. Okay? Focus on the ones that do. Make sense? So what I'm going to do is now I'm having these conversations. I've got 10 conversations started, right? And I'm talking to people, connecting with them, trying to make their day. Great. Some of them will fizzle out right away, and that's fine, because it takes a while sometimes to build trust with people. But some of those conversations will be great conversations. And what my goal in the conversation is, once I've made their day, my next goal is to find a way to help them. Okay? Find a way to help them. Ask questions, listen for wants and needs, find a way to help. And it may have nothing to do with my business. It may be that they need a recommendation to a new dentist. It may be that they need someone to pray with them because they're going through something difficult today. By the way, that comes up a lot for me, is that people say, wow, I really needed someone today to lean on, and you messaged me. Wow, that's amazing. Which, by the way, is amazing to me, that situation. I hope you guys experience that. But when I do find a way to help them, sometimes it will be with my business, okay? And so that in those situations where I've uncovered some interest and I can see that they are open to it and it's appropriate, I'll invite them. So let me just give you an example. We messaged Jay. Hey, Jay, hope you're having a great day. She messages back, oh, it's great to hear from you. How are you? And we talk a little bit. Thanksgiving just happened. Maybe we're talking about our holiday. How was your holiday? Oh, it was great, right? And so we're catching up. Well, tell me what you did. Who'd you see, and just kind of catching up a little bit. And she's like, what about you, Eric? And I said, well, it's pretty cool. I got to be home and cook Thanksgiving dinner and do the whole thing for my family. My life is, I don't know if I told you this, but I left my job 3 years ago. I've been home with my family ever since, and it's been so fulfilling to do that. Really? You left it up? What are you doing? Well, I have my own business now. Well, what's that all about? Okay. And so now I'm going to tell her what I do and why I'm passionate about it. By the way, guys, whether or not it's always appropriate to share what you do and why you're passionate about it. Okay. It's not always appropriate to pitch the business to somebody if they're not interested, but it's always appropriate to tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. And when I talk to people and they're not, and I can tell they're not interested or they're skeptical or they're guarded towards what I'm doing, I'm still going to tell them what I'm doing and why I'm passionate about it, because I want to plant the seed in their mind that I'm on a mission and it is worthy and awesome and exciting. And I want them to be excited with me. Make sense? So Jay's like really intrigued. I said, listen, Jay, would you, are you interested in learning more about what I'm doing? I think you'd actually be really great at this. She's like, oh, well, yeah, I could take a look at it. Perfect. So now I'm going to invite her. Okay. Jay, we've got an event coming up tomorrow night. It's online. You can just log in and watch and learn about the business. And if you'd like that, I'll send you the link. She says, yeah, send me the link. Great. Perfect. I'm going to send you the link right now, and I'll follow up after the event, see if you have any questions. She says, that sounds great, Eric. So this is an example of an invite coming from a conversation that we started with to make someone's day connect. Make sense? So how do I do it in Teamzy? I'm going to look her up in the lookup bar because she's not on my dashboard anymore. There she is. Okay. That takes me to her contact record. I'll open the connect box there. Now what I'm going to do is log this invite that I just did. See where it says invite on the bottom left? So I'm going to say this was an opportunity call that I invited her to. Okay. And I'm going to send her, I sent link to the opportunity call. And then notice that Teamzy's now set a follow-up for me. Now it's automatic because it saw that it was an invite. It kind of saved my booty by putting her on my follow-ups list. So now she's on my follow-ups list. When I log the connect, you can see she's got a follow-up set. So when I go to my dashboard, look at this, guys. First of all, I've got an invite logged. See that? On my follow-ups list, there she is. I can't mess this up. She's not going to fall through the cracks. So in the very beginning, when you're doing your power hours, your follow-ups list will be empty. So you're going to do your customers, prospects, your customers, distributors, and then you'll be done. And then as you have some conversations and you build some momentum, you'll start inviting people and then putting them on your follow-ups list. Okay. A typical week, maybe after your third week, you'll be putting 3 follow-ups a day, three invites a day. You'll be putting 3 people on your follow-up list every day. So on Friday, you'll have 15 follow-ups to work. Make sense? So when I get to my follow-ups list, whoever's there and they're due, I follow up with them. Now, here's what I'm going to do with it. It's so easy. Again, my scripts for follow-ups are in here for you. You don't have to think about this. Go to scripts and grab a follow-up script. Look, I'm going to follow-up number 1. Boom. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Copy that script. Okay. Same way we do a regular connect, except these are follow-ups. Change the name. Hi, Jay. Okay, boom, ready to go. I'm going to copy that. Don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. Just do it. Send message. Okay. Boom. Follow-up is sent. Now what I'm going to do is, while I'm logging this in Teamzy, I'm going to set a new follow-up. I want to make sure she stays on my follow-up list, so I'll set a new follow-up for her. Okay, let's say I follow up tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to log that, and she'll be on my list again tomorrow, and I'll send her another follow-up. Now let me just talk to you guys really quick about this. You saw how easy that was, right? So easy. So easy. How many of you have ever heard fortunes in the follow-up? Probably ad infinitum, right? Did I say that right? Latin people, tell me if I did it right. You've heard it a lot. But here's what I want you to understand. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 7th and 10th follow-up is where 80% of all sales happen. How many of you, guys, put down your hands that wanted customers. How many of you, because I want to see how many raise their hands for this. How many of you follow up 10 times on a lead consistently? Anybody? A lot fewer hands. A lot fewer hands. But 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. This is so important. Okay, so in a second, I'm going to teach you how to do this without being annoying, because I understand you think it's annoying. How many of you don't follow up that much because you think that would be really annoying to be like that? Yeah. I'll teach you how to do it without being annoying in a second. People will actually thank you and feel amazingly loved by you if you do it the way I'm going to teach you in a second. But I want you to have a mindset shift first. Do you believe in your product? Do you believe in your business opportunity? And the third question I have for you is, are you here to truly help people? How many of you think that you can change people's lives through this opportunity? So if based on just logic, if 80% of sales happen between 7 and 10 follow-ups and you want to help change people's lives, you need to understand that the vast majority of opportunity you have to help people happens in the follow-up process. If you don't follow up 7 to 10 times, you will never help that person. Okay? You need to shift your thinking. Following up is not an annoying act. It's an act of love. Okay? Following up is an act of love. Write it down. Put it in front of your face every day to remind yourself. Following up is an act of love. Let's be honest. If you tell someone you're going to follow up and you stop after 3, you're telling them, I don't care about you. Sorry, I just don't care enough about you to keep following up with you. That's what people receive. Think about it. Think about a time someone failed to follow up with you and that's how you felt. Following up is an act of love. Now, I'm going to teach you right now how easy this is. First off, easy. I put 10 follow-ups numbered 1 through 10 in Teamzy for you. You can use my scripts. They follow the 2 rules. I'm going to teach you right now to never be annoying. Okay. The first thing that I would say is when you're talking to somebody, tell them you will follow up. Okay. Tell them you will follow up. The first thing you do is you make a promise. Hey, I'm going to follow up with you. Okay. So in my example, I said, hey, Jay, I'll follow up after the event and see if you have any questions. Okay. And she says, oh, that would be great. Tell them you'll follow up. And then keep your promise. So here are the 2 rules. The first rule is this. When doing a follow-up, never ask someone to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to message you or text you or RSVP or purchase. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Just don't ask them to do anything. Okay? First thing, because that's annoying. The second thing you're going to do in your follow-up is make sure your follow-ups are sent via a typed out message. Okay? Facebook Messenger is best, followed by text message. Okay? And make it short enough that they can read it without opening it. In other words, they're going to read it as a notification on their phone lock screen. Why? First of all, if you tell me to call you back, that's annoying because I'm busy and I may not be able to do it right now. Number 2 is if you write me a long message and I have to open it to read it, I'm annoyed because I don't want to open it. Why don't I want to open it? Because I don't have time to respond to you right now. And I don't want you to ever know I opened it because then I have to feel like a jerk for not responding. So what we do, and you all do this too, is we read it on the lock screen and we save it for later, right? And this is what we all do. So I want you to understand, it doesn't matter if they respond. It doesn't matter if they open your message. If you do these rules, they'll see it. They'll see it every time. They'll always see it. Okay? And that's your goal, is just for them to see it. Because most people will not even respond to the first 5 or 6 follow-ups. They won't even respond. Not because they're not interested, not because they don't like you, not because of whatever reasons you've made up in your mind. Just because the baby just threw up on the dog and they can't right now. It's dinner time. They can't right now. They're just doing other things right now. Okay? You just need to stay present. You need to love them through the process. The truth is that their life already has its own rhythm and pattern, and what you're talking about is a change to that. And so you have to just consistently be present long enough for them to really receive that message and act on it. Make sense? So all you need to do is every time they come up on your Teamzy follow-up list, grab the next follow-up from my list and send it to them. Because all those follow-up scripts follow those rules. And what will happen is after 5 or 6, people will say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for following up with me. I really appreciate it. Your level of care is amazing. You're amazing. You're so consistent. Oh my gosh, you're going to get messages like this. And you're going to go, wow, I didn't really believe Eric when he said that. It's true, guys. It's true. Do you think anyone would still be using Teamzy at this point if this wasn't working? It works. And it's true. And it's from the heart. And it's how you show your love for people. Following up is an act of love, okay? And you do it by being consistent, right? Okay, so how do we finish them off in Teamzy? Put your questions in the Q&A. I'm going to switch to Q&A in a second. We'll answer some questions. I'll send you guys on your way. Last bit here. Let's say I'm followed up with Jay over several weeks, and she signs up. How do I now put her on my team? I can look her up in the lookup bar again. right, to go to her record. I'm going to click on sale. Okay. And let's say a distributor kit. Now this dropdown will be different based on whatever network version you have, but this logs that there's a sale. It doesn't matter how much you made or anything like that because that's all kept track of in your back office. All we want to know in Teamzy is, did you get a sale based on your activity? Okay. And then add a tag. These are the tags. Tag the product they bought. You can see I tagged one for a bunch of you guys based on the companies you told me you had. Okay. And then now what I'll do is I'll take her member type over, and if she, is a customer, I'll click on customer. She came in as a distributor, so I'll click on that, personally sponsored, boom. Now I've moved her through the whole process from a prospect all the way through, starting a conversation, having a conversation, inviting, following up on that conversation many times consistently, converting her to a distributor on my team, and now I'll continue to build my relationship with her as a distributor. Make sense? Okay. That is the workflow. Don't overthink it. Just crush it every day. Get your why down. Come in here and crush it. Couple things real quick. I'm going to give you a couple action steps really fast, and then we'll take the Q&A. So again, I've got 3 in there already. If you've got questions, load them into that Q&A. I've got a couple action steps for you though, and then we'll do that. So here we go. First one is get your 30-day free trial started if you have not already done it. Okay. If you are in a free trial already, you can start your subscription anytime and you won't get billed until after your free time is up. Okay, so get it started now so that you don't miss a beat when your free 30 days is up. Otherwise, you'll just lose access after 30 days. Okay, Teamzy is less than $1 a day to have all this done for you automatically, right? It will save you at least 2 hours a day to use Teamzy. I don't know what your time's worth. I figured out my time is worth about $600 an hour. You laugh, but I figured out when I'm really working my business, how much money I make in the time that I focus on my business. And then I decide, oh, I got a broken sprinkler pipe. Do I want to fix that or do I want to pay $100 for it? How much time will it take me? Make sense? And can I use that time to practically build my business? Okay, so get in there. Get a 30-day success partner to do your trial with you, okay? Just say, hey, will you be my success partner for 30 days? This is a great way to find a long-term success partner too. You try them out. And what I want you to do with that success partner is every day, say, let's do this together. Every day, I want you to message a screenshot of your completed Teamzy action steps. Okay, the dashboard shot. Just message it to them, text it to them. Boom, I'm done. How about you? You'll get so much more out of it if you do that, right? And then I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. During your trial, if you're, anytime, you could be a paying subscriber already, and let's do this, still do this. I want you to connect with 100 people over 5 days. 5 days in a row, every day for 5 days. 20 people a day. That's what I demonstrated today. Just do it once so that you can feel how much momentum you can create just 5 days. Okay? You need to understand that you can make things happen quickly and build relationship momentum. Okay, so there's your action steps. You got them? Okay, great. So let me start doing some questions. We just got a couple minutes here. Let's get some of these questions. How can we search? Kim says, how can we search in our contacts based on keywords? What you can search right now is 2 things. Or you can search name, any piece of their name, any piece of their email address, any piece of their phone number. Okay. What you can also do is search tags, which is why you should use tags as your keywords for people. Ways you want to sort them and group them is add tags to their thing. Hope that helps. Okay. Linda says, can we change our why or our goals at any time? Yes, absolutely. Let me show you real quick. Share. Teamzy, where are you? Let's get back to Teamzy. Okay, so if you want to change your why, you can see here's mine. You just click on my why and it jumps you to that page in the setup wizard. Okay, and you change it, click continue, save it, and then you can just exit your wizard. Be done. Same thing with your goals. You want to change your dashboard goals? Click on edit daily goals right here on the dashboard. See right there, guys? And it jumps you to that page in the setup wizard. Okay, and you can just continue back to this page, change everything the way you want. When you continue, it saves it, and now you can skip the wizard. Okay. Rosemary says, I'm confused. You said that if a prospect does not respond, you should move on, and yet you say to follow up many times. Correct, Rosemary. Did I clear it up? Okay, Rosemary, this is an important distinction. You're connecting with prospects just to have a conversation and make their day, okay? You are not in that initial connect trying to recruit them or sell them. So you have no reason to follow up on that. If you say hello to somebody, if I said, hey, Rosemary, how are you? Hope you're having an awesome day. I don't follow up and go, hey, I said hello to you yesterday. I'm following up on my hello. That's really strange. No, I'm going to say hello to you. If you don't respond to my hello, then in 3 months or in 2 months, when you come back on my list, I'll say hello again and say, hey, it's been a while since I checked in. How are you? I'll try again. Where I'm following up, Rosemary, is when I'm having a conversation with you and we have a great conversation and I see some interest and I invite you. Hey, Rosemary, would you like to come to an event? Hey, Rosemary, you should try a sample. Would you like to try a sample? Hey, Rosemary, are you interested in learning more about the business? That is when I'm inviting you to something, and now I'm following up on the invite. See, a follow-up, an invite is something that could lead to a sale or a recruit, and that's what we follow up on. Does that make sense? Okay, hopefully that helped. Okay, Mandy, will this become an app so you can get calendar alerts for follow-ups that instantly load into your phone's iCal? Okay, so we are working on an app. However, this is not the first CRM that we've worked with. We worked on one in the real estate industry too. And the calendar alerts, the alerts that come through drive people nuts. Trust me, you think you want it, Mandy, but you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want 30 a day telling you to get in there. Here's the best way to do it, Mandy. Get your iCal out now and put in your calendar for the week your power hour. Whatever time works in your schedule, whether it's 4 a.m. or 9 p.m. or somewhere in the middle, figure out when you're going to do it on Monday, when you're going to do it on Tuesday, when you're going to do it on Wednesday, when you're going to do it on Thursday, when you're going to do it on Friday. Put your power hour in your calendar now, prioritize it. And when that time comes up on your calendar, open Teamzy and crush the list, everybody that's there, okay? You will be way more successful, trust me, and you won't feel as scattered. Okay. Carolyn, when we put in our income goal, so we put the increase we want over 12 months. Yes, so if you already have an income with your business, it's the increase, correct. Oh, I accidentally closed the wrong one. She asked where are the tags. Let me show you. Okay, am I sharing my screen still? Yes, I am. Okay, so look, if you're on the dashboard and you want to tag Calvin, you click on details right here, and you can add tags, right? I'm going to put veteran. I'm going to put local. I'm going to put, right? These are different tags I might want to know about Calvin. Maybe the products he bought, right? So let's see. I saw some RF people. Let me put product lash boost. Why not? Calvin could want better lashes. I know guys are using that stuff for bald spots. So there we go. So you can put tags right there. Now, if I'm on his record, right? If I'm on his full record on the team page, tags are right here, right underneath his name. See, there's the ones I added. Okay. Now, here's the thing that's cool about this is I have a list here of tags. And if I click on any one of these tags, then everyone who has that tag is now presented to me in a list. It's very useful, especially with products. So like I tagged them as a veteran. On Veterans Day, I might want to see all my veterans to send them a note, a specific note. Thank you for your service. Okay? Pretty cool, right? It's way better to get a thank you for your service personally than to just see that somebody posted on their page. Lisa says, can we skip people in our power hour? Do we have to do them in order? You can skip people in your power hour. You can skip them. Look, see, skip 1 week. Do I recommend skipping them? No. But there are going to be situations. What do my engineers call it? Cases. They call it cases. There will be cases where it is appropriate to skip somebody, but in general, don't just send the message. Don't overthink it. You'll be shocked at the response. Sherry says, where do we find the comments we've logged? Okay, so if I'm looking at Calvin and I want to see all of our previous conversations, I can click on activity and I will see all of our previous conversations. Okay. If I'm on his full record on the team page, then I'll click on activity feed and I'll see the record of all of our conversations. Easy, right? Activity or activity feed. You can get it both places. Teresa says, could you show how to do a tag again? I just did that. I think I just did that, right? Well, here it is right here, Calvin. Here's the tags. You just type it in. Tag. Easy. Okay? All right. Once you get a response, Jennifer says, once you get a response, do you log it in Teamzy? How much of that info? Okay. I'm glad you asked this question, Jennifer. So let's say here's a message from Calvin from September. Let's just pretend it's fresh. What I could do is, if I wanted, is I could go in, I could open that one up by clicking on it, I could edit it, and I could paste the whole conversation in here and keep it in Teamzy. Okay? I would do it, if you want it in there, what I would recommend is that you do that. You paste it in the original message on their activity feed. Okay? Now, would I actually do that? I started to in the beginning, but it was a lot of work. I'll just be honest with you. That's a lot of busy work. I want you focused on who's up next to connect with. Okay? And so if you just rely on the who's up next and then the people that you're inviting, if you keep them on your follow-ups list, don't worry about going back and logging the whole conversation, because if you're using, let's say you're using Facebook Messenger, the conversation is saved there. If you're using text, it's saved there already. So if they come up and it's time to reconnect again, you just click on Messenger and it's there. So it's just really up to you. But what Teamzy does for you is it tells you what's next with that person. Most people use a CRM as a filing cabinet. They just go back and log stuff in it. And that is why people hate it, because it's busy work. You need to track as you go, but the most important thing is knowing what's next. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Oh, you guys have a lot of questions. Patricia says, can we use Teamzy to archive notes about people's interests or help a family member might need help? Yeah, so you use the notes section right here. Look, here's the notes, Patricia, right here. You can put anything you want. Now, under details, there are some things we keep, like pets' names and their company and their birthday and their spouse's name. But anything you want to put in notes, you put here, and you just put a great note like loves helping disadvantaged youth. I don't know, whatever. First thing that came to my mind, update. So you can keep little notes like that, and it's always there. Now, if I'm on the dashboard again, check it out, and I look at notes, any notes that I've made on him are always there at my fingertips, okay? So you can use this for any information about him. You can use this for, let's say I said a follow-up and I just want a note of like what our last conversation, this follow-up is specific to this. I could put it there so I can grab it quick. Make sense? Okay. You're welcome, Mandy. Anonymous attendee. Where do we look at the things that we logged in the Log Connect, like a phone call? That's exactly what I was talking about. That's activity. Okay, that's activity. See right there? Okay. Carolyn, where's the history of our conversation? Same question. It's under activity. Okay, activity. Again, if you're on the team page and you look at somebody's thing, then it's activity feed. Okay. Lisa says, if you have duplicate records, can you combine them or just delete one? Okay. Yes to both of those questions. You can just delete one or you can combine them. Okay, so let me show you how to do both. It's really easy. If you want to delete somebody, you just click on their little trash can icon. Okay, that's simple. Now, if I wanted to actually do like merge, like I had two duplicates and I wanted to merge. Her example was somebody has all three of their names on Facebook, but not in the back office. So Teamzy thought they were separate people. All right, so what I'll do is right here next to import is a menu. See that? I'm gonna go to merge contacts and then you search for the first contact. Right, so let's say it's Maynard. And then let's say I had another one of him. I don't, but let's say it's Maybell, okay? So what happens is you put in your two duplicates like this, and then it says, okay, which data do you want to keep? Do you want to keep this email address? Do you want to keep this ranking? And once you have everything you want, you click merge contacts and it merges them. Pretty cool, right? I know, it's so cool. All right, next question. Jennifer says, if we send a text, does it automatically show up on your phone or do we have to log into Teamzy to see any responses? Okay, Jennifer, I'm glad you asked that because I thought I was pretty specific about this in my presentation, but let me clarify. Teamzy's not gonna send a text for you. You're gonna go send the text in your phone. Okay, you're gonna log it in Teamzy. Teamzy's gonna tell you who to connect with. They're gonna tell you what to say, but you gotta go send it. So if I'm on my computer like this, I will use my messages app to send texts if I wanna text. If I'm working on my phone, I'll just text on my phone and copy and paste it back. So your message conversation is in your text messages just like always, okay? And if you look right here on the dashboard, see right here it says Teamzy does not send Facebook or text messages, learn more. That's just to make sure that you don't think that you're sending messages just by logging them here. Okay. How do you edit information, Sherry says. So if I go to Calvin's full record, all of these fields are editable. You just click on them, okay? You just click on them and type in whatever you want, okay? And when you click anywhere else, it saves. They're editable, okay? Could someone not be in network marketing use Teamzy? Absolutely. We even have a general small business version. If you go into your free trial and just click on small business, that's the small business version of Teamzy. It's set up for small businesses. We have tons of people who aren't in network marketing using Teamzy. Okay, great. I got through the list. Sweet. Thank you guys so much. This was a fun call. It was an honor to be here with you guys tonight. Thank you for taking some time out. Hopefully this was really helpful. Hopefully you learned a lot. I'm honored and humbled that you are here with me. Thank you for being part of our Teamzy family. God bless you guys. Have a great night.